Corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, I'll be out.
Okay.
Show that it's done.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. You go, Joe.
Okay. Welcome to another edition of Joe Knows. Today, the first thing I want to do is I want to check the old mailbag because we haven't checked the mailbag in a while. So let's see what we got in here. Okay, we have a card here from Chef Dan of Dublin, Ireland. Keep those cards and letter coming, by the way. Really appreciate it. Chef Dan asks, "Dear Joe Knows, is it true that St. Patrick's Day is a bigger celebration in the United States than it is even in Ireland?" And the answer to that, Chef Dan, is yes, it is larger because this is America. We take anybody's celebration and we make it bigger than it ever has been. Because after all, this is America, it's got to be big. But something else you may not know, Dan, is that the Irish have been tinning corned beef for well over 200 years now, and very successfully. In fact, it is well known that Wellington probably wouldn't have defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo if it hadn't been for Irish corned beef. All the English soldiers had plenty of corned beef. Those poor French soldiers had almost nothing to eat, and they had a hard time even scrounging up stuff for chicken Marengo for the little guy. So you should be very proud of that, Dan. And today, because of that, and because of the corned beef, today I'm going to show you and all the other folks here how to make corned beef from scratch. Because you may not know, Dan, how to make a corned beef dinner from scratch. But as always, Joe knows. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a pickling spice from scratch with 2 tablespoons of allspice, 1.5 teaspoons of mace, 2 tablespoons each of whole cloves, ground ginger, chopped up bay leaves, mustard seed, whole coriander, red chili flakes, chopped up cinnamon sticks. And we mix all this together, and this is a much better pickling spice than you could possibly buy at the store, I guarantee you. Just put your nose over this mixture and give it a sniff. Yum. We're going to add into a gallon of boiling water 2 cups of kosher salt, 3 tablespoons of curing salt, half a cup of sugar, 3 chopped up garlic cloves, and 2 tablespoons of that beautiful pickling spice we made. We're going to bring this to a simmer, then we chill it down in the fridge till it's nice and cold. We put a 5-pound brisket flat in a 2-gallon Ziploc bag and pour in the cold brine. Take the air out of it and put that in a pan, and we're going to put that in the fridge for 5 days. And there it goes. And after 5 days, there it comes back out again. We take it over the sink, we're going to take it out of the bag, and we are going to rinse it off with some nice cold water to get all that residue on the outside off. And then we are going to put it into a pot. We're going to cover it with water to about covered by more than an inch. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of our beautiful pickling spice that we made. And then we're going to bring this to a simmer. We're going to simmer it for like 3 to 4 hours until it's fork tender. And when it's fork tender, we're going to take it out and we are going to slice it. And we slice it always across the grain because with the grain, you won't be able to eat it. So across the grain is very important. And look at that beautiful corned beef dinner with carrots and cabbage. And this dinner would not be complete without one final ingredient. And I'll just be silent now so we can just enjoy. Ah, happy St. Patrick's Day. You didn't know how to make your own corned beef from a raw brisket. But now you do, and you do because Joe knows.